Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for joining us for our 23rd annual Alberta Muirhead Students' Choice Teacher of the Year Awards. There's a mouthful that we have today. These awards began in 1997 under the leadership of our member, Alberta Muirhead, with the goal to acknowledge and encourage our outstanding educators. In the first year, 65 nominations were received for 57 teachers in 19 schools. In 2020, those numbers have increased to over 1,500 nominations for 400 teachers. Our 23rd year, as you know, has been disrupted, though we have all persevered and we are here together today. You can't see my studio audience, but they're all 6 feet apart. The Chamber's Education Committee includes representatives of the business and education community. They work together on this wonderful program. They are also supporters of our partnership with the Dearborn Public Schools on internships and job shadowing. I am proud to announce that in our 23rd year, it's due to this committee's hard work and perseverance. We normally start this process every fall. We make a call for nominations in January, collect our nominations, often at 5 p.m. at the door of the chamber of the due date, and are ready with our winners kept a secret before April 1st. No fooling. You can laugh, that's okay. That timeline really served us this year as we dealt with the pandemic. We've been waiting to award in our usual style, and we just couldn't wait any longer. It's so nice to be together to honor the people who were nominated, and the nominations are simply priceless. Please share with your friends, your family, YouTube, the Facebook live stream, to help us celebrate these great winners. A big, big thank you to Dearborn Public Schools and the Communications Department. They made this wonderful presentation available today. Thank you so much. Oh, good. See, it's more than just me. You can hear other people. At a time when quality education is so critical to the economic growth and the development of southeastern Michigan, with talent being key, now more than ever, we are thrilled to be one of the top 45 school districts in the nation as a district of distinction. We host 2 blue ribbon schools and boast over a 95% graduation rate. We hope that this 23-year award program will be a positive role model for other programs in the state. You may be surprised to know that many of our winning teachers are products of Dearborn Public Schools as well. So give yourselves a big round of applause. At this point, I'd like to recognize our sponsors and our volunteers. Our presenting sponsor, LaFontaine Automotive Group, and their continued support of this award. They make our cash prize, $1,000, available to our 4 winners. So thank you very much. Okay, so now I'll say, please hold your applause as we go through the rest of our sponsors and our volunteers. Their time and efforts support our schools, and they do this kind of do give them the nod of visiting and patronizing their businesses when you can in person or via social media, Google reviews, whatever you can do. Help them through this pandemic and keep making this program a possibility. I'd like to thank our Golden Apple sponsors, the Campbell family-owned McDonald's, Century 21, Kern and Oberski, the Dearborn Agency, Dearborn Federal Savings Bank, DFCU Financial, Gallagher Benefits, and the Michigan Regional Council of Carpenters. Our silver sponsors include the Dearborn Federation of Teachers, Fairlane Town Center, Greenland Markets, Jim Thorpe Ameriprise Financial, Kuman of Dearborn Heights, Mimic Toller Steeman Insurance Agency, Sphinx Technology Solutions, Westbourne Agency, and the Westbourne Agency of Mimic Insurance and University of Michigan, Dearborn. Our bronze sponsors include Dearborn Education Foundation, EduCare Student Services, Famous Hamburger, Habib's Cuisine, Hype Athletics, Lapita Mediterranean Restaurant, PSN Technology Solutions, Services to Enhance Potential, STEP, State Rep Abdullah Hamoud, and those are our bronze sponsors. Our teachers' pet sponsors include Chief Financial Credit Union, Dearborn City Clerk George Duraney, Delta Dental, Maddie's Deli, Roginski Chiropractic, and Siena Heights University. Big round of applause for those folks. We'd like to give a big round of applause to the Glass Academy for creating our beautiful apples every year, and to the Henry Ford Museum of American Innovation for 1-year family memberships for all of our winners. Yeah, woo! They're doing a great job of social distancing at the museum. I also want to recognize Dearborn Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Glenn Malayco and the Board of Education members. I would now like to introduce Mike Law, General Manager of LaFontaine Automotive, and their group in Dearborn. And we're safe.
We're safe. I am going to take this off. Good afternoon. My name is Mike Law, and I am General Manager of LaFontaine Import Supercenter here in Dearborn. At LaFontaine, our mission is to build lifelong relationships that connect families, strengthen communities, and personalize the automotive experience. Teachers, especially during these unprecedented times, have embodied our mission every day. Building lifelong relationships. Although it's been 18 years since I've been out of school, I still have relationships with teachers. Some that have been forged over 20 years ago. Now I get to watch the relationship being built between my children and their educators. Connecting families. You guys do this every day. Think about all the friends you made when you were in school and the bonds that are made with the students' families. Teachers create these bonds within the classroom, and it spreads in their schools. My dearest friendships were made within those classrooms, and now the new friendships my family has made with our children's classmates' families. Strengthening communities. Teachers are crucial in strengthening our communities. The past 6 months have been unlike anything we've ever faced before. Educating our youth is paramount in strengthening our communities. You all as educators have had to work twice as hard during this remote learning period, and as a parent, I cannot thank you enough for all you do every day to make sure our children do not fall behind. Thank you. And personalizing the education experience. I think you all know not all children learn the same way. Not at the same speed, or sometimes not even in the same language. You personalize your lesson plans to make sure your pupils are able to learn at their pace in their language. With that being said, it is our pleasure to be the presenting sponsor of Teacher of the Year Awards again this year. And I think that all the teachers in Dearborn Public School System also exhibit our mission statement. We appreciate all the hard work teachers do in the community and love to support the school system. I read this quote this morning. It takes a big heart to help shape little minds. Congratulations to you all, and thank you for what you do every day. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike. That was wonderful. And now I'd like to introduce Dr. Glenn Malayco, Superintendent of Dearborn Public Schools.
Thank you, Jackie. So I also would like to thank the sponsors and appreciate all the work that you do over the many years. I'm now going on 25 years in Dearborn Public Schools, and I know the Chamber has been supportive all this time. So really, you know, the Board of Education, I'm sending this message on behalf of them as well. They were told to limit the space in here when David said it, just because of the numbers, and it's important our teachers are here, but I know that they did send their wishes. I talked to the board president today, and other board trustees sent them in. You mentioned Trustee Thorpe, but the entire board is, you know, very happy with the Chamber and all our great teachers. So it really is a pleasure to be here today. Last spring, as you know, was filled with postponements, delays, and cancellations. Obviously, the annual Teacher of the Year Award was one of the many events that had to be delayed until a suitable time that was safe for all. I'm excited and glad that we were able to be here today. In small numbers, social distancing, I know the audience can't see it from Facebook, but it's very important at this point in time, and of course, we've all had our masks on, and you do. Allowed to take them off as we're in a microphone per the governor's order. We're here to honor and congratulate these 4 exceptional educators. Congratulations. Now more than ever, it is appropriate to pay tribute to our teachers. Since last March, classroom teachers have stepped up and overcame the huge challenge of changing the way we deliver instruction, as you all know. They have learned new technology, adapted to working in remote environments, and have gone above and beyond, I've seen it, to ensure students continue to have a high-quality learning experience. Again, on behalf of the Board of Education, administration, parents throughout our district, I want to thank the 4 teachers here today for achieving this honor. And I want to extend that appreciation to all of our teachers. Thank you for caring. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for being a teacher in Dearborn Public Schools. I would like to thank the Dearborn Chamber of Commerce Chamber President Jackie Lovejoy, and the Chamber Education Committee for once again organizing and hosting the annual Teacher of the Year celebration and having the very good flexibility to move this event at a time that is safe for all involved. I also want to thank all of our students who took the time to submit a nomination. For a teacher, one of the highest compliments to receive is the one that comes from a student. Yes, I am superintendent now. That is the career path in education that I have chosen, but I entered this field as a teacher. I'm proud of the time I spent in the classroom. I learned a great deal about how to be a better leader and a better person through my experiences as a classroom teacher. I would not be here today if it were not for the time I spent at Oakman as a student teacher and Salina as a teacher. More importantly, like every other person in this room, I can thank a teacher for providing me with a great education and teaching me the skills and knowledge needed to achieve my goals. That is the power of being a teacher. There are all kinds of inspirational quotes about teaching, teachers, and the importance of education. These quotes often contain a powerful message, an inspirational note, or even a lesson to be learned. However, for me, the most powerful message I can share when it comes to the impact a teacher can have on our life is simply Mr. Clifton. You see, Mr. Clifton was my 6th grade teacher. I may not remember every assignment, every grade, or every fact I was taught during my many years of school, but I do remember Mr. Clifton. It's like I know your students know you. I remember him because he was a teacher who made a difference in my life. Mr. Clifton was what teachers always do. He cared. I was not just a letter in a grade book. I was a person with goals, dreams, and feelings. I became part of his life even for just a short time because that's what teachers do. They connect with their students and become part of their life. They inspire, they educate, and they celebrate. And when it comes right down to it, that is the power of being a teacher. Thank you to our teachers and all of our nominees for their positive impact on the success of our students. Again, on behalf of the Board of Education and Administration, I wish all the teachers a safe and healthy school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenn. Thanks so much for being here. Now, I'd like to introduce Mr. Phil Emma, the chair of our Education Committee, and he's been on the committee since 2004. Mr. Emma?
Thank you, Jackie. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, and most importantly, you, our Dearborn teachers watching us today. I've had the privilege, as Jackie indicated, to be on the Dearborn Area Chamber Education Committee since 2004, and once again, its chairperson this year. I would first like to take a moment and thank all of the students that went out of their way to submit their nominations for their favorite teacher. Without them, we would not be here. It says a lot today of today's youth to take the time to compose and submit a form highlighting their thoughts on what makes their teacher special. As we navigate through these crazy times, and we all learn to pivot to the next way of doing our jobs and meet the challenges of the day, we're now more aware than ever before the trials that face you, our teachers, on a daily basis. I am also certain that many of your students' families have come to appreciate the jobs that you have been doing for their children daily, now more than they have ever had previously. I know that in my family, my daughter has been a virtual school teacher for many years. She's become quite popular among her brick-and-mortar teaching friends as we all learn how to host and teach in an online environment. She currently has 286 students assigned to her in her virtual high school, and has also just started her PhD program in EDU at the University of Florida. If this country does not realize now, during these times, the importance and value our teachers bring to our society, then they must not be paying attention. I have always felt strongly that education is the tool that is needed to continue to advance our future generations to create and foster a better society and world civilization. This task could not be accomplished without each and every one of you in our district. Please keep up the excellent work you do for our children and our community. Our committee has worked diligently this past school year to design, implement, and deliver this valuable program. I would like to take a moment and thank my fellow committee members for their hard work and tireless effort. I would also like to give a special thanks to Director of Events Kelly Van Bosch of the Dearborn Chamber for her dedication and hard work, which enables the success of this committee. Her partnership with David Mustadin and Chris Kennenberg has allowed us to take advantage of today's modern technology and improve our processes greatly. Thank you to the entire district communication team for getting us up and running virtually through the social media channels to bring you the winners of the Teacher of the Year. Lastly, this event would not have been possible without the generosity of our sponsors. Please review the list and support them whenever possible, especially during these times of economic uncertainty that many of them are currently facing. The recognition of nominated teachers via PowerPoint will be available on the Chamber website at www.dearbornareachamber.org. Next, we're going to start with our first teacher. This is for pre-K through second grade. And the student wrote, "My teacher is funny and smart. She knows all the answers. I love school because she makes it interesting. She always reads stories with silly voices for the characters. She lets me play with my Play-Doh. She made a field trip just so my mom could go with me when she was off work. It made me so happy. School is fun because I get to draw pictures and write stories." The winner for the pre-K to second grade is Andrea Sims from Duval Elementary School. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Phil. For our third through fifth grade nomination, on Monday, I am an engineer. On Tuesday, I am an artist. On Wednesday, I am a scientist and possibly a doctor by Thursday. Neatly written on the blackboard every day, my teacher writes us a different note. Good morning, my little engineers. My caring teacher not only makes learning fun, but is very inspirational with his kind words we see every morning. I think those words of encouragement are not only positive and motivational, this is a third to fifth grader, but are a fun way of thinking about our future goals and aspirations. Our winner for grades 3 through 5 is Michael Hawkins of Nolan Elementary School. Michael? Middle school. And we'll get some pictures, don't worry. We'll share them with you. This teacher helped me throughout the years. He is always willing to have a personal conversation, even if he has to sacrifice much of his time. I've never had a teacher like him before, and glad I have him in a classroom. I definitely wouldn't be the person I am if it weren't for this teacher. He worked very hard, more than I ever would as a teacher. I really respect that, and even when he's going through his own personal anarchy of being a father and being married, he still teaches amazingly. I've never seen this teacher stressed, as he only provides joy and peace for all. Please help me welcome Mr. Ryan P Shea from Bryant Middle School. Come on up. For our high school nomination, it begins like this. When I had joined orchestra, my only intention was to learn how to play the cello, and that's it. I had no intention to ever play with a bunch of people and to work with them. To me, the cello was a solo instrument meant for me, myself, and I. It wasn't until this teacher pulled me from the back of the room to play with the rest of the orchestra that I learned the most important lesson I will carry with me to college and in life. Life isn't a solo. and you have to work together with people in order to be successful. Going from playing by myself to playing with an entire orchestra was very difficult, but he taught me that I need to listen to others and not focus on just myself in order to create something beautiful. It is because of orchestra I have learned to become a better listener, a better student, and that isn't focused just on myself. Without him, the lessons that I have learned wouldn't be this clear, and without those lessons, I wouldn't be prepared for college or life. Everyone help me welcome to the stage our high school winner, Dan Taylor from Fordson High School. Here, pose for a minute. Well, that was thrilling. Usually we have a whole performing arts center filled with everybody, and it's a big surprise, and you can hear people scream, and some people secretly know who it's going to be, and they bring flowers. So I'd like to thank you for being here today. Congratulations to all of our nominated teachers and winners, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you very, very much. Oh, wait, one more. Oh, we'd like to recognize Adele Mozep, our representing the board. Thanks for joining us. And with that, everyone give a big round of applause for my staff who helped make all the magic work behind the scenes, Kelly Vandenbosch and PJ Lemansky, and have a wonderful night.